What's up, everybody? It's your boy Church, and I'm here with Jacob Lemense, right?
Yep.
Lemense.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like, come to the Hopper House because it makes sense, Lemense. Like, first I was going to start going, but it's not Lemense, is it?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. See, that's why I had to ask.
Ain't nobody can get it right.
So we're here. I'm going to talk a little bit about the San Angelo Gives event we got coming up, and then then we're going to learn a little bit about Jacob here. So before you get started, if you like what you see, you want to support the Hopper House, you go to sanangelogives.org/organization/Hopper House. And that's where you can donate. Read a little bit about us, learn a little bit about us. Until you're truly here, though, you'll never know about us. But a heads up is I say to donate, but you cannot donate until April 22nd through May 5th. Look right there at the bottom, running across the bottom there in the green and black. Just wait till April 22nd, all the way to May 5th. Cinco de Mayo. Are you gonna go eat some tacos?
I don't know. I'm gonna probably go fishing.
Well, fish tacos, man. I eat them all the time. But yeah, and then of course the day of the event, May 6th. It's going to be an amazing, fun event. All right, Jacob. So can you tell us a little bit about how life was for Jacob Lemense before the Hopper House, and what was the turning point that made you come here?
So life before the Hopper House was, like the big book tells us, it was chaotic. I came from Houston. I came from another ministry up there, and because I didn't have a program that I was working, my life fell back into that chaos. I was out there on the streets for about 2 weeks, and Houston is crazy. I was sitting in my truck in the hospital parking lot, man, like 3 o'clock in the morning, because that's the only place I felt safe. And I was sitting there and I just, I was beating myself up, and I'm like, man, I know better than this, and here I am, here I sit, and I have a friend that I know back from a couple of years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, when I lived in Odessa, and I reached out to her. She helps out with an organization in Midland called God, I can't even think of the name of it right now. But it's another ministry that helps people get into places like the Hopper House. And I was telling her my situation, and she said, well, it sounds like you need to get out of Houston and let me help you get into a place where they can help you. And at first I was like, oh man, here we go. Like, I don't need no help. Like, I'm good. But here I am sitting in my truck at 3 o'clock in the morning, high out of my mind. And so, something inside of me, like this small voice inside of me told me, you need to go. You need to leave now. And so, I didn't tell nobody I was leaving. I just, I called her back and I said, I'm on my way.
Okay.
And I went to Midland that night, and they got me a hotel room for 3 days until they helped me get here.
Man, that's amazing, man. Yeah, I remember you come in a little white beater. Still got it, though.
Still got it.
Still getting you around.
Yep.
At first, it wasn't getting you around where you needed to be, but finally got you where you should be.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So, how did your experience at the Hopper House changed your life? How has that? What's the change been since you've been here?
Man, growing up, my dad always told me about Alcoholics Anonymous. He's been alcohol free for over 30 years,
That's
and
amazing.
he would always tell me, you need to go to meetings. You need to go to a meeting every day. And I'd tell him, you're crazy, whatever. I don't need to go to no meetings. I just need to go to church. Well, obviously, church didn't work.
Hey, I work. Don't let him fool you. I work hard around here.
Not that church. So, since I've been here, and I've worked these steps, and, it's really changed my life. It's really opened my eyes to, step 12 talks about since we've had a spiritual awakening, we try to carry the message to other alcoholics who still suffer. And I get to practice that every day now, and it's really opened my eyes to that this thing does work if you work it.
Yes.
Man, I this is the happiest I've been in a long time. Um, Getting to serve others, to help others, to help. I have two sponsees right now, and I'm helping them through their steps. And they say you don't really go through your steps until you sponsor somebody, and that is so true because going through these steps with these guys, it's opening my eyes more to things that I still have inside of me. And so as they're working them, I'm working them again.
Yes.
So it's just amazing.
Yeah. So, because of everything you've learned, and the tools that you obviously you had a lot of tools when you got here. You just needed the proper motivation to use those tools. And I'm pretty sure I know you've learned some since you've been here. So, what does the future look like for Jacob Lemense?
Well, I don't plan on going nowhere anytime soon. San Angelo is going to be my new home, and hopefully the Hopper House will be my home for a while. Um, God willing that I'm promised. We're not promised tomorrow, so I just try to live one day at a time, and just try to do my best I can every day to try to help that next person and work on my recovery as well.
And that's where it's at, man. A lot of us that's done this for a little bit, we find that service work is what keeps. It's not necessarily what it's what we're doing with others that causes us to stay sober. The more we keep our mind on helping others stay sober and clean, that's how we keep clean and sober. In my experience. So, and I'm gonna address everybody one more time. I just want everybody to understand that, if you like, you like what you're hearing and everything, please donate. We're constantly expanding here at the Hopper House, and like I said, but the Thanksgiving does not actually start until April 22nd, all the way through May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and then of course May 6th, the day of the event. But if you like what you see, donate, please, when it's time to donate. So, Jacob, if you could say one thing to someone that's thinking about donating on San Angelo Gives Day or during the Thanksgiving, what would it be?
Man, there's a lot I could say. Honestly, if you're looking to donate to a place who's actually helping people, I know there's a lot of scams out there nowadays. This is definitely not a scam. This is helping people change their lives. It's changed my life more than you can ever imagine. So it's definitely a great ministry to sow into because, not only are you helping us, you're helping yourself as well. Because, it says it's better to give than to receive. And by giving to the Hopper House, you're going to be receiving rewards in heaven that you can't even imagine.
And it's a cycle. The more y'all give, the more we receive, the more we're able to expand, the more we're able to help others, the more we're able to give. So that's all I got. It's been a pleasure. I'm glad you could